My name is Christoph Papst, and I worked as a consultant using constellations, and I also work as a manager using constellations. And I will give you a short introduction into the Tetra Lemma. A lot of times you're maybe stuck in a situation where you feel there's either this option or the other option, and it is difficult to find a way what to do. So, option 1 and option 2. We use a chair or a person as a location for these options. And then we introduce another person, which could be yourself if you are the client. And we ask this person to walk, to stand next to the position 1 and feel if it feels good, what the person feels when he looks at position 2. And eventually, with this information, go to position 2. At position 2, also feel what are the differences. How does it look? How does it feel if I look to position 1 and then go back? And maybe do this a few more times. Still, you're in a either this or that. And it's a bit like a tunnel view. But now imagine there is not only this one and this one. There might be a third position and a new combination, an overseen combination. And this one we call both. So eventually the person who is walking here is not going all the way to one of these positions, but is slowly moving here. And maybe the person will come up with a new idea of combining option 1 and option 2. So the person has actually got out of this tunnel view, and we have some kind of a reframing, and we have more options. And this is what I want to give to my client if I work as a coach, that he has more options, that he can see all the options, so then he will choose whatever is best for him. Sometimes we might find that this is not enough. So we introduced position 4. The name of position 4 is none. So maybe we have to leave this new frame and we go outside this frame to a new position. Maybe if we think of buying this or buying this, it could be a combination like buying this first, buying this later, get a loan from the bank, use lease financing, rent it, share the machine with someone else. Maybe it is not about buying these two machines. Maybe there is another thing to do, which might be repair the machine that we already have. So the representative or the person who feels here with this body now goes to this position and can feel the changes. And in some instances, we might even introduce a fifth position. which we will call the free element. And this might be something like, it is not about this, it is not about that, it's not about both, it's not about none, it's maybe about something totally different. And this in Western logic is very difficult to understand. But it is something like humor, it's something like pattern interruption. So for example, maybe it's not about the machinery thing at all, maybe it's about a new product, it's about new customers. So this scheme, this structure helps us to work on an issue and to identify new options. Now, what is so special in the world of doing constellations? We actually include the information of our body, because many of my managing colleagues, they are very well trained in terms of analytics, but sometimes the body has some information, and it is good to include this information in making the decision. And there might be a situation where my client does not really want to be open about what the issue is. So by using this structure, which is a very neutral structure and which has been used many, many times, it is possible, if you have a very political project, for example, in order to stay in the business of mobile phones, I'm too small at the moment. So either I have to close my factory or I have to buy one of my competitors. So I'm afraid to tell other people about this situation because a lot of trouble could happen. The union could come, the newspapers, the stock market will go wild, and the people whose business I want to buy, they will raise the price and things like that. So I can do this process very hidden, very secret. I just think this is the alternative one, this is alternative two, and then I either myself or I ask another person to stand in this position and to go through this process. So we might find new ways of cooperation, of joint venture, of joint marketing. We might find new ways, maybe producing only parts for other people, so we still have work for our factory, or only do the marketing and have some other manufacture the product. And we might think of doing something new, something like having small handheld computers which are navigation system and telephone at the same time. So if you are in a decision process and it looks like a dilemma, like only two options, you can use this scheme and you will find that actually you have maybe more options than you thought in the beginning. So good luck with your project.